Thank you very much for giving back honest feedback. Let's now look at another way of analyzing the markets and deciding which pairs you're going to trade for the next 3 days. For those of you who are with me or with us last Tuesday, we introduced this method, and we're just going to go through it again now as we begin the new week, for those who might have missed it, and for those who are there to sort of revise and be very comfortable with it. I am going to take you through the manual way of doing it, but we have a tool that has been designed. There's a tool that has been designed that can help you. The tool is designed and it makes the process semi-manual or semi-automatic. Why we leave the manual aspect in this tool is that as you go through the pairs, because you'll actually go through 28 pairs, currency pairs, it helps you to actually get a sense of how the markets are, a feel for the markets. You'll be able to see the strength of the candles. There's a lot of information you can read by just looking at a chart. And this will come more and more easier as you get more and more experience of looking at charts. Yes, there are tools out there that fully automate this process, and they will just give you on your screen strong and weak. But trust me, I have those tools as well, but I still do this manual or semi-manual, semi-automatic process because it helps me to look through all the charts, first of all, before I actually begin my trading week. Secondly, it helps me not to rush into the market. There's a way it calms my psychology down. I'm not in a hurry. By the time I've gone through the 28 pairs and done some sort of small analysis on each of the 16 recommended pairs, I've sort of have an idea of where the markets are, and it helps me not to rush in. I've shared with you the results from the poll. About half of us are active traders. The other half, about 40%, are just new. So for those who are completely new, this might not add a lot of value to you. But for those who are actively trading, I am sure you're going to get a lot of value if you combine this with what Mr. Eric has shared with us today. Let's just go through it again, and then let's get trade recommendations for this week. The trade recommendations we get, we're going to merge them with the analysis that Mr. Eric has given us, and then that will give us confluence, and then we shall look out for trades. Let's begin. For those of you who are not here, I am dropping in the chat a template of what you could do manually to follow through with us as we go along in this process. So what happens, we're going to look at 8 major currencies, matching them with each other to get 28 currency pairs. We're going to plot a 200 simple moving average on our charts, and we're going to analyze the strength of each currency pair. And from that analysis of the 28 pairs, we're going to zero down on which are the 4 strongest currencies, which are the 4 weakest currencies. And then from those 4 strongest and 4 weakest currencies, we're going to get currency pairs and get a bias in terms of the trend or strength to give us a bias in which direction we should be trading these for the next couple of days. If you look at the chart, you will see a template. Use that template to draw out on a piece of paper the way it is, just so you can follow through with us, because we're going to run through this very quickly. If you have any question at any time, interrupt me and ask so you don't get lost. This is a process you can do on your own. However, we have a tool, the tool I will be using here. If you'd like to use that tool for a small fee of only $15, you will acquire that tool, and it will help you also as you do your analysis before you do your trading. For a small fee of only $15 or 60,000 Ugandan shillings, you will obtain the tool and it will help you in your analysis. If you cannot afford the tool, you can still walk through manually, and I'm going to be taking you. Please follow through as you are working. You can also go through manually, and you can still arrive at what we're going to get. It might take you a little longer, but you will still arrive there. Okay, this tool is best used if you have MT4 on your PC or MacBook. Okay, for those of you who use the phone, I don't know how effective it can be for you to go through this process on a phone. But if you're on a computer, a desktop or laptop, you should be able to follow through easily. So what happens is we have 28 currency pairs. We have a profile that we have designed that has all these 28 currency pairs. And this profile, when you buy our tool, you will see it is called SW Analyzer 4H. So you load it, okay? Scroll to the end to begin with the Euro US dollar. This currency profile is based on the 4-hour chart or 4-hour time frame, and it has only one indicator on it, which is the 200 period simple moving average. For those of you who are looking at my screen right now, that is this black line you see here. Okay, it's a 200 period simple moving average. So simply what happens is, if price is trading below this line, okay, then the first currency in the currency pair is weak, considered to be weak, and the second currency in the currency pair is considered to be strong. Okay, so in this case, this is the euro dollar 4-hour time frame. So that means that the euro is weak according to this tool and analysis, and the dollar is strong. So what happens if you've drawn out on a piece of paper, based on the template I've shared with you, look at number 4, which is the euro, and on the euro, put a down arrow, 1 arrow, and number 8, which is the US dollar, put an up arrow. Okay. Conversely here, for those of you who will want to use this tool, I will put a tick on the US dollar strong side. This is the strong side, okay? And the weak one is the euro, so I'll put a tick here on the euro, which is the weak one. For those of you who have subscribed to the accelerated program, you'll find a tutorial on this in your dashboard, in your learning dashboard. You can always revisit it and rewatch it to learn until you're good at it. Even the tool will be there for you. For those of you who have not subscribed, for only $15 or 60,000 shillings, you will acquire this tool and use it in your analysis, weekly analysis. Julius, you're asking, what if you use EMA? This tool is designed to use the SMA, 200 period SMA. Okay. Like any other data science tool, because this is a technical analysis now, you have to define your parameters. And we have defined our parameters to be 200 period SMA. If you'd like to test out the 200 period EMA, that is now up to you. But if you're going to use this tool the same way we use it as the 200 period simple moving average. There is nothing wrong with you trying out the EMA. Yes, you can use it on a daily basis. However, if you use it on a daily basis, remember the day candle closes a lot slower than the 4-hour candle. So the signals that the day-hour candle will give you, they may work better on a weekly time frame or a monthly time frame if you're now going to actually execute the trade. Why we opt for the 4-hour time frame is that because it's not so long and not so short. It's not so short that it's a 15 minutes, that the trend will change every now and then, and it's not so long like the daily that the trend, even after it has changed, will take long to reflect on the EMA, on the SMA. So it is right in between, that it won't be too long to take long to realize a change in trend, and it won't be too short that it will just change the trend too quickly before the trend actually changes. Because as you know, in trading, there are reversals that happen. And if we go to a time frame that is too low, sorry, there are retracements that happen, not reversals, retracements. Retracements, not reversals, just simple retracements, but the market is going to continue down. So if we use a time frame that's too low, maybe 1 hour, 15 minutes to analyze, we shall get too many signals of retracements being taken to be trend reversals. Remember, we're looking for trend strength. We're looking for trend strength in this analysis. USD JPY, US is strong. Remember, it's the first currency in the currency pair, and price is trading above. So the US is strong, okay, and the JPY is weak. On your side, if you're just doing this manually and you have a piece of paper, Please put an up arrow on the USD and a down arrow on the JPY. Pound USD is trading below the 200 moving average. That means the pound is weak. Okay. Down arrow for the pound and up arrow for the USD. Okay. USD CHF is trading above the line. So that's an up arrow for the CHF, for the USD, and a down arrow for the CHF. Euro CHF is trading above the line. That means that's an up arrow for the Euro and a down arrow for the CHF. Australian dollar USD is trading below the line, the 200 period simple moving average. So that means we're going to put a down arrow for the Australian dollar and an up arrow for the USD. USD CAD is trading above the line. So up arrow for USD and down arrow for CAD. New Zealand dollar USD is trading below the line. So that means a down arrow for the New Zealand and an up arrow for the USD. Remember, you can get this tool semi-automated for only 60,000 shillings or $15. If you'd like it, our numbers are in the chat. Please drop us a message and we shall let you know and help you to install it and send you also the tutorial on how to use it. Okay. So we move on to the Euro pound. It's trading above the line. That means the Euro has an up arrow and the pound has a down arrow. Euro yen is trading above the line. That means the Euro has an up arrow and the yen has a down arrow. Pound yen is trading below the line. That means the pound has a down arrow. The pound has a down arrow and the yen has an up arrow. CHF JPY, CHF has an up arrow and the yen has a down arrow. Pound CHF trading below the line. That means the pound has a down arrow and the CHF has an up arrow. Euro odd trading way above the line. That means the Euro has an up arrow and the odd has a down arrow. Euro CAD trading above the line. That means the Euro has an up arrow and the CAD has a down arrow. Odd CAD is trading below the 200 simple moving average. That means the odd has a down arrow and the CAD has an up arrow. Odd yen trading below the line. Odd has a down arrow. Yen has an up arrow. CAD JPY. CAD has a down arrow. Yen has an up arrow. New Zealand JPY. New Zealand will have the down arrow and the JPY will have the up arrow. Okay. Continue. We're going to go through all the 28 currency pair combinations. Pound CAD. The pound will be it's trading above this 200 period simple moving average. So the pound will have the up arrow and the CAD will have the down arrow. Pound New Zealand, the pound will have an up arrow and the New Zealand will have a down arrow. Pound odd, the pound will have an up arrow and the odd will have a down arrow. Odd New Zealand, the odd will have an up arrow and the New Zealand will have a down arrow. Odd CHF, the odd will have a down arrow and the CHF will have an up arrow. Euro New Zealand, the Euro will have an up arrow and the New Zealand will have a down arrow. New Zealand CHF is trading below the line, our 200 period simple moving average. So the New Zealand will have a down arrow and the CHF will have an up arrow. CAD CHF is trading below the line, so the CAD will have an up arrow. Sorry, the CAD will have a down arrow and the CHF will have an up arrow. Finally, New Zealand CAD is trading below the line, so the New Zealand will have a down arrow. The CAD will have an up arrow. Okay, so what happens at this point, if you've been following through with me, you will have gone through 28 currency pairs. And let me now maximize this just so we can see clearly. Each of your currency pairs on your line should have a total of 7 arrows, a mixture of up and down arrows. So what we want to do now is to count the total up arrows. Here is 1, here is 2, here is 5, here is 6, here is 3, here is 4, here is 0, and here is 7. Okay? And as we put these totals, this tool calculates for us the strongest currency pair, and we do the same for the weak side. Here we have 6. So on your side, you should be counting the number of up arrows and writing them on the right hand side under total of up arrows and total of down arrows. And you should have something exactly like mine. The total of your up arrows and down arrows should be 7. That is how you know you've gone through that tool correctly. This tool, after generating your 16 currency pairs recommendation for the week, if you then combine it with the analysis that Eric does, you can get confluence and know which pairs you need to zero down on and begin to look now for actual trade entries. Okay, so it can help you form a bias and zero down and know which trading pairs to trade for the week. After you get the fundamental analysis from Mr. Eric, and it is in correlation with the bias that this analysis gives you here using this tool, that gives you more confirmation that that is a good trade to take or a good pair to look at, and also gives you a bias in terms of which direction you should be trading it. If you'd like to learn how to exactly execute the trade, what else to look out for, and know exactly at which point to trade, please consider signing up for our accelerated class. It's going only for $300. That offer lasts till the end of this month, till 30th October. After that, the price will be reviewed. Up to 31st October, price will be reviewed. So take advantage of this offer. Sign up now, join the accelerated class, and we shall teach you what you do with the signals after you get them. These signals and any other signals that are out there that you might get, how do you actually use them to place an actual trade? What do you look out for? How do you pull the trigger? Where do you put your stop loss? Where do you take your take profit from? So if you'd like to learn all those as well, please consider signing up for our accelerated class. It's going for only $300 up to the end of October. Let's continue. So at this point, you click on the analysis tab and it will give you recommendations. It has generated for us trade recommendations based on the data we have obtained. Okay, but before we go there, I just want us to look at this table here in relation to what Mr. Eric was telling us about. He told us the US dollar is strong, very, very strong. And he said he doesn't think it's going to go any weaker anytime soon. And you can see it is ranked #1 in terms of strength. Okay. Yes, much as he told us the euro is currently weak, we shall see, and we saw that it was in an retracement upward. And that might be the reason why it is showing us strong here. Remember, we're analyzing on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so according to the 4-hour time frame, the euro is actually strong right now. Okay, but if you have analysis from Mr. Eric as well, you might want to wait for the retracement to end, and you wait until you get a reversal back down. However, if you're an intraday trader, a scalper, you could take advantage of these signals. So you need to add more analysis to these signals, both the ones that Mr. Eric gives and the ones that this tool generates, and look for confluence. If you'd like to learn more about confluence, like I said, consider signing up for the accelerated course. We cover that and much more in depth and tailor it to your trading style or personality. So this tool has given us a total of 16 trade recommendations. Okay, and for today, I am going to post these recommendations for us on the group, on the WhatsApp chat group later today. For those of you who have been in this class and have followed through and might want to look at these pairs in your own free time and look for trade signals, I am going to post these trade recommendations based on this tool. Okay, and it can help you in your trading for this week. If you'd like to learn more about how to actually use these trade signals and at which point you execute your trades, please consider signing up for the accelerated course, or make sure you stay and finish all the training for this month. We have classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Questions are very, very welcome at any point now. This tool is available for you for only 60,000 shillings. If you get in touch with us, one of our instructors will help you to install it and show you how to use it very effectively in your trading. For those of you who are new, please get in touch with us and consider signing up for our accelerated course. Or you could tune in on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. and we shall be teaching the different basics that you need in order to begin your Forex trading journey. For those of you who are already trading, we shall be looking at different strategies as well that can help you to improve on your trading and your profitability.